for the intensity scale, I've taken this dummy and I've copied it on here, and I actually wrote the words so that I would not get mixed up and put everything where I want it. And I also wrote, like, the green is a 2, that means it's a secondary, the magenta is a 1, which means it's a primary. So I'm gonna try to do the green and the magenta scale. So I already mixed some green out of my phthalo / cyan blue and my yellow. So I've mixed up a little blob of it. And then I have some magenta. And what I want to do is I'm going to first put a little bit of pure color at the 2 ends, okay? Because we don't want to like muddy our colors too much. So I'm using 2 different brushes. If you guys don't have 2 suitable brushes, although you should, you can clean them. And you can use tape. I saw some of you guys using tape to keep your edges clean. I'm not really worried about that right now. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna put green at the other end. And you see I used a little bit more medium there. I'm gonna thicken it up a little. Whoops. Medium's really coming out. Okay, so now I guess I'm just going to take my magenta brush and just, maybe I should just come over here, take a little bit of green, and I'm just gonna mix it with the brush right here, because it already has a lot of magenta on it. So I'm just gonna dull it down a little bit. And again, I may have to, adjust this later. Usually I just go one way, but why don't I try this approach of just taking my green brush and going into the magenta just a little bit over here and working towards the middle. I haven't done it that way. I've always gone one end to the other, but let's try that. Maybe this is the way to do it.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can keep the ball rolling. All right. So this time we're going to put a little more in. Maybe a little bit more. Noticeable. Yeah. Noticeable. And then go this way. Put a little more in. Still looks greenish. I have a feeling these are going to get very neutral in the middle. Like, I have a feeling the next one's going to almost look like this, and they're going to be almost the same already.
Isn't that the goal?
Yeah, but it should ideally just be there. Like, I'd like to get something slightly different on either side. See, that didn't, okay, so that's almost the same as that. So I need a little more green in that. I want it to look a little different. But see how that's already looking just like that? Mm-hmm. So that means I probably am going to end up wanting to add a little more magenta through there. Let's go here. Yeah. See, this is already looking like that. See that? All right, so what that's telling me is that I've almost gone too fast. So what I want to do is I'm going to clean these a little bit. Maybe I'll just start with new brushes. Luckily, I have some new brushes. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a teeny bit of magenta on here, and I'm going to add it here, here, here. Let's see about then getting another brush and just adding a little bit of green. just like add a little more green here. A little more green here. Because what I want to get is this color in the middle. You see what I mean?
Too much green on that one?
Maybe. And then let's try to get a really middle color here. Try to mix it up here. You don't want it to really look one way or the other. Does that look a little reddish there?
10.
No, does it look a little greenish?
Yeah. Mix it a
Let
little.
me put this in here though and see what it looks like. That looks pretty brownish neutral to me. Okay, right there. Now, that looks pretty good.